Hey, John. Welcome back, buddy. Yeah, it's been a while. Things are going great, man. Thanks for asking. Give everybody a few minutes to pile in. Bill Robertson, what do you know? Crypto Cooper, welcome back. Bill, you were a star long before I mentioned you, buddy. So, you know. You old ignoramus, you. He called me a couple other things since then that were pretty funny. He told me, I think he said something about why would I make a Bigfoot channel just to try to debunk, you know, good, upstanding people like Todd Standing. No pun intended. And then I should get a life and go find Jesus or something. I don't know. You know, he's a very colorful character. He doesn't even get on my nerves anymore as much as I just find him hilarious. It's like, so I look forward to his next comment, you know. Like, I appreciate that he takes so much time to dog my channel like that. Like, he really takes a lot of time out of his life and schedule to stop what he's doing just to troll this channel. So I appreciate that kind of dedication, you know. If you guys are sticking around tonight, I promised you something special tonight, and I will deliver. In fact, we have a couple things that are very interesting. I'll tell you what, where the heck is Kathy at? It will be very hard to beat last week's show, or last time we did this show. I know some of you may have been here, some of you weren't, but that show, we had some just incredible local pictures. And this one, as I said, again, Bigfoot World has come through with something new and groundbreaking that we're going to release tonight. Plus, I have my own thing that I want to talk about, and I have some pictures that I have to show you guys that I think are going to be pretty mind-blowing. But I don't want to give away the farm, give away the milk before you guys buy the cow. So stick around, and we'll have some fun getting into that tonight. We're up to 64 people already at 6 minutes past our open time, so we'll give everybody a couple minutes to filter in, and then we're going to get into some pictures. Bill, tell your wife that we all said hello, okay? All of us. There was about 2,000 of us in here last week. So you tell her that all 2,000 of us say hello, all right? Well, welcome, hog arse. You know, it really depends on which week you're coming in. We have pictures from all over, well, the world, really. United States, Maine, Pennsylvania, Florida is really the hotbed, you know, that we get into, just mainly because myself and Kathy Westerman from Bigfoot World are both from Florida. So yeah, that's where a lot of it comes in. Welcome, Abbott. There's Kathy. Ooh, sun broke down, had to pull him out. Well, thanks for coming anyway, Kathy. I appreciate it. Hog, honestly, yeah, I don't really have that kind of structure on these shows. This is a live show, so we kind of keep it casual. I'm going to show you guys some pics. We'll talk about Bigfoot or really whatever you guys want to talk about. You want to talk about anything weird, we'll get into it with you. Now, if you want a more structured, more, you know, well-explained series of pictures, I would suggest that you tune into our videos that we make once every couple weeks or whatever. Those are a little more structure, a little more detail. Yeah, Ocala is thick with them, and in fact, our very own Kathy Westerman, Bigfoot World, that is where she lives, and where a lot of her research happens is in the Ocala area. Yeah, Hog, that sounds familiar. Isn't that the guy, like, he was stalked by a Bigfoot or something like that? The story's not coming to mind, but the name rings a bell. All right, don't tease me, John. You know, if there's impressive dogman footage, I need to see it. So Bigfoot Input at gmail.com. Anything that you guys think I need to see, please send it on over. All right. You guys done looking at the logo yet? Let's see what we got here. We may have talked about this one last week. I know it was in the video. Is that coming in okay? This one still has me a little perplexed. Maybe, John. I don't know. There's not a lot of great dogman footage out there in the world as far as I'm concerned. So I'm still waiting on that smoking gun. Yeah, Hog. I knew Carrie. Rest in peace. So, you know, what I was explaining in the video about this guy last week. Look, I'm not saying that it's not real, but it just gives me a vibe. First of all, there's this car, so whoever's taking this picture looks to be standing. I don't even know. How do you get that in that shot? Like, are you standing out of the passenger door? Whatever. This guy appears to be back here taking a leak. And directly in front of him is this creature here, right? And here's my only issue. First of all, why isn't the guy? I shouldn't say only issue. Why isn't the guy looking at it? Like something else caught his attention to the right. Now that could be neither here nor there. Could have been another noise, another Bigfoot. Could be something over there he's looking at. But surprising that there's only one shot here. Seems like if I'm in the position to take this shot, I'm in the position to take numerous shots. And I think what really threw me, which is what I said in the video, is that this creature just looks familiar to me. Like familiar in the way that, like I've seen it in a video or something. I've seen it in a movie, or I don't know. It's striking some familiarity with me, and I can't quite put my finger on it. So, that being said, you know, that's not a deal breaker. Whoa, look who it is, Adventure Monty, twice in a row. It's almost like you're becoming some sort of regular around here or something. Well, welcome to the show, my friend. You guys want to see something else, though? Look at this, the same picture, okay? Same picture. This shows up terrible on this phone to tablet setup. However, there seems to be another creature right here. And you can kind of see his two eyes and the nose and the mouth. Although admittedly, it is not, you know, it's very blurry. It wasn't the creature that was in frame. Sorry. So I found that interesting, and I mean, I think it adds a little legitimacy to this. It's like, you know, if this, where the hell did he go? If this is not, you know, pareidolia of some kind, which it doesn't look like it. I mean, I really wish I could show you guys a clear shot of this. Go watch our last video, and you'll see it in there. It's pretty clear. But if he's real, then I mean that really adds legitimacy to this guy. Sorry about the dinging. Sorry, when your queen beckons, you know, you have to respond. So, Tommy boy, what's up, dude? Yeah. I mean, I've seen some ones that you might consider to be cute or, you know, somewhat attractive, I guess, in their own way, and then there's some of the accounts that I've heard, my God, just these big, hideous creatures with these massive gaping jaws, like, you know, just, ugh. I mean, I feel like it's a loaded question, Rick, but okay, I'll play. No, I don't suppose this is the best evidence that we have. We've put out 44 videos now, each containing approximately 20 pictures. So we got about 600 pictures of some evidence, some debunking. Yeah. I wish I had one, Abbott. And to answer your question, Hog, I wish I had a backstory. The fact of the matter is, most pictures that you get are second, third, fourth hand. Somebody's mama's cousin took this picture, you know, back in, you know, 2001 or whatever, and nobody wants to own it, you know, so they just kind of pop up on the internet. Alright, hang on. Excuse me, Rick. I'm going to get back to you. I'm also a moderator, and I have to hide the trolls. I don't know, Rick. You know, I'll tell you what. I'm going to show you a picture that everyone here has already probably seen before, but since you're asking me, there's a lot of good footage out there. You know, Independence Day footage, Paul Freeman footage, Patterson Gimlin footage. You know, you can go through all those, you know, whatever. But as far as being absolutely legit, and of course we all know this person. So this is Kathy Westerman's picture. This is arguably the best, if not one of the best pictures that she's ever taken, in my humble opinion. So I'll share it now. I share it kind of informally. I wasn't expecting this question. So what we have here is a picture of a Florida skunk ape that Bigfoot World took, hiding behind a tree structure. Thank you, Rick. This, and I think I can't use my hands, so I need you guys just to look. Look at, you can see its face. Look at the back of the head there. You're going to see that it has a ponytail. A short one. I think this is a young one. Yeah, the difference between this and Todd Standing is that this was actually taken by a person in this room right now who is 100% legit. And unfortunately, Todd's video is very questionable. So. All right, so you asked me, there you have it. That's my personal opinion. That's one of the best pictures, I think, on the, you know, I'd like to say on the uncirculated market. It's kind of like, you know, a lot of believability in a picture is knowing where it came from. And being that we know this came from our backyard, not this picture, obviously, the other one, we can add a little bit of legitimacy to it, you know. Yeah, that's true, Kathy. They also went and copyrighted that picture. So, all right, we're gonna keep on with the keeping on here. So this one circled back around. This has been out for a minute. I wish I could tell you which video we did this in. This is supposedly out of British Columbia, and of course, it's really easy just to add a location to something to make it sound more legit. Like, my grandpa was out camping and he took this in British Columbia. Yeah, okay, you know, maybe. But to me, right off the bat, it immediately looks like a mask. Like, it looks like what was that kid's name? Rocky Dennison in that movie, Mask. Remember that back in the 70s? Was that Cher? And I don't know who the hell else was on it, but Sam Elliott maybe. But it looks like him. And I know that it's going to be really hard to make out, but on the forehead here, yeah, you can't make it out. There's letters right here. Yeah, did I say Sam Elliott? That's what I said, right? Yeah, I like that guy. You can make it out in our video that we did. It's kind of high def. This is not high def. But, yeah, it has, like, letters across the forehead, like KD or something like that. And I could never really figure out why that was. But I think, to me, that just added to the fact that it was fake, you know? No kidding, Hog. That's interesting. Now, were you a believer before you got the sighting, or was this just a shock to you? There's a stir for Tommy. Tommy boy likes the stir sound. Yeah, I think we'd have to agree. I don't know what your name is. I'm going to call you Oz. Yeah, this is definitely a mask. I don't know. You gotta get a drink, Tommy. I mean, that's a prerequisite to be here. Let's see. So you know they were out for a while. I changed my handle. I do believe I remember you. Yes, sir. I do believe that. Sorry about the stalker situation. Yeah. What we got here? Squatchman sends in a little blurry guy. And possibly more importantly, someone over the little guy's shoulder. Okay, I know this is a blurry picture. In fact, I mean, it's terrible quality. What can I say? But I don't ever try to attest to how these folks acquired these pictures or what machinery they're using to do it. I will tell you what I see. And you can see a little guy here. You can see the eyes and the mouth and the little round head. And then above his shoulder, you've got the two eyes and the mouth. Now this one looks a little more like a gugway because it has that protruding maw, where a lot of the Bigfoots have more of a human face. But I'm definitely seeing two creatures here, which I'm going to assume are, you know, father and son or mother and son or something to that effect. Parent and juvenile anyway. the moon is shining in his kitchen. I get what you're saying there, Tommy. Okay, I feel you. Mopping up what you're spilling. Yeah, Tommy, I can tell you that I got him. And I basically, I'll sit on a bank of 100 pictures or more, you know, and I'll pull slowly what I want to incorporate into the shows, like, you know, is this definitely a fake? Is it real? Is it, you know, whatever it is. And I'll sort of pepper them out through different shows. And being that we only do like one show every 2 weeks, well, we do a live every 2 weeks, but we also do a video every 2 weeks. So they're like 20 pictures at most. So it takes a while to filter through various pictures and how we want to use them, if we want to use them, you know. Well, I will agree, the ones that you had sent before were terribly impressive. The one of the tree stand bent around the tree, that was very impressive, you know. And then actually the creature itself, the Bigfoot itself, I thought was cool too. Tell you what, given a half a second here, I might be able to find them. It's October. No. I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal, Tommy. If you feel like shooting them over again right now, we could take a second look at those pictures, the original ones that you sent. But I would have to dig for 20 minutes to find them myself, and I don't want to put everyone through that. All right, let's see what's next. A lot going on in that one. Let's see. All right, Kathy Westerman here. Miguel obviously working his magic, pointing out the little faces in the bush. I do like this one though, quite a bit. Camera will focus. Seriously, folks, stick around. I promised you guys something special tonight, and it will happen in the next hour. It's just in the form of pictures. I mean, I'm not gonna put on a little dance for you or anything, but I think it is something really cool that you'll be interested in that you've never seen before. So, the thing is, you got to be careful, right? Because if you look too hard at these pictures, if you start staring at the pixelation and stuff like this right here, this could be a creature. And here's the thing. I kind of picked a bad example. I don't think this is Pareidolia. Because if you look, you can see the definition of his lips. Eye, nose, lips. Hairline up here. I think that's actually a real creature. But let's say like this guy here, right? This could be Pareidolia. So when I look at pictures, I try to think about, what sticks out the most, what is the most real looking thing in the picture. And I think you could bat it back and forth 100 times, but eventually you're going to come out with something that looks real. Like this guy right here has nostrils. And I love using that as a separation between Pareidolia and a real face, is that you can actually see a nose with nostrils. So as Pareidolia, that wouldn't fill in our mind. Rick, I believe that they possibly have some type of control over frequency and vibration, which is a very natural occurrence on Earth, which would potentially allow them to blur themselves or to look different to the human eye. Also, I heard a story about a yowie that the hair, the ends of the hair were very translucent, and it actually made the yowie blend into the environment, So I don't think they have a magic cloaking ability, no. I don't think they're like Harry Potter, but they do have a natural ability like chameleon, like owls, like cats, that we just don't have as humans, I think we probably walk more. This is a definite statement. We walk past them far more than we see them. Far more. I think Kathy can attest to that, you know. Yeah, octopus is another good example. Very good at camouflage. You know, that's a very good point. Abbott, maybe so. No, you're fine, Kathy. We're talking about your awesome pictures here, so. You know, Kathy, Miguel had pointed out this guy here and this guy as well up here, but we were just talking about this little guy right here. I think I can make out nostrils on the nose there, and definitely lip definition in this little face here. Yeah, Mr. Midwest, look who it is. Yeah, Hog, you're right. I've heard that story before from a couple different people about, you know, footprints just leading out to the middle of the snow and then disappearing. So what are they doing? Are they cloaking and hiding right in front of you so you turn around and leave? I mean, I don't think they have the ability to just disappear. I don't believe in portals and stuff like that, like third dimensional portals. You know, that's just, I don't want to take a direct opposition to it. I don't get into it. You're compiling myth on top of myth on top of myth on top of myth, you know, so it's like eventually it just becomes too unbelievable. Yeah, they drank a Red Bull, gave them wings. Exactly. Sorry, I'm reviewing a couple pictures. Just came in. Yeah, maybe. Oh, that's kind of cool, Tommy. You got this gorilla-looking guy hanging out in the background here. So, it is believed amongst some sects of people that Bigfoot are Nephilim. You know, I personally, I'm not a religious person. The Bible does not depict anything that has anything to do with my life, in particular. So, I don't buy stories like that. You know, that the Nephilim were part of God's army, the angels that were sent to protect. Well, they weren't. They were the ancestor. The hell were they? The Watchers were sent to Earth to watch mankind and to help, protect them. Well, they ended up copulating with the human females, and the Nephilim were born. They were giants. They were, basically just terrible type of people, that plagued the earth. So God flooded the earth. And the Nephilim were the ones that survived the flood. I don't know how this all works, but anything goes in the Bible, right? The ones that survived the flood were banished to the spirit world for the rest of their lives. So we have a friend of the channel. His name is Abe Sias. He has some fairly impressive pictures, and he calls them DDN, disembodied demonic Nephilim. And again, that's just not my thing, man. I don't buy that. So welcome, Eric. We are basically looking at pictures and talking about Bigfoot or You know, anything you want to talk about, really. You guys want to see? You guys want to see the new kitty? Look how cute he is. He's the cutest kitty in the whole world. Look at him. You want to talk about a cryptid creature? Right there. The cutest kitty ever. Eric, it's a real laid-back group, laid-back chat, very casual. I don't take any BS from anybody, trolls and stuff like that. We'll just kick them out. You know, we try to keep a fun conversation going. So, feel free to join us and join in. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Midwest. I think that they're just as good as like a chameleon or like, you know, whatever. And they have a natural cloaking ability. Like I said, I just don't think that it's magic, you know. Well, the funny story about the Nephilim is that, you know, even though people talk about it, they were only in 2 books of the King James Bible, and then they were in the Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch is where you'll learn the most about them, which of course was ousted. Be careful what I say here. I don't want to say anything like say too much, but there was a certain group of people that, you know, rhymes with lose, that wanted that book removed for one reason or another that I won't bore you with. But anyway. So they wanted that book removed from the King James Bible, and they got their way. And that's why you don't have the Book of Enoch in the King James Bible. But it does exist. Tommy, so when we got him, his name was Kentucky because out of a litter, they had just went down a list of state names, Kentucky, Dakota, Carolina, whatever, you know. So my Q named him, and because of his blue eyes, she named him Elton after John, Sir Elton, and I added McPaws, so his name is Sir Elton McPaws. I thought about McPaps, I'm not sure yet, but either way. Catherine Norris here, always coming up with something wild to look at. Bother myself with that. She's a New Zealander, and always comes up with little faces like this in her bush all the time. Huh. Second time tonight that's been asked, Oz. I'll do the same thing that I just did for, I believe it was Rick. And like I said, there's a lot of great evidence out there. I mean, there's Patterson Gimlin, you know, which obviously I'm not going to show the Patterson Gimlin film. You can go look that up. 4th of July, Independence Day footage, Paul Freeman footage, you know, whatever. And those are all great pieces of evidence. But when someone asked me, like, what is the most impressive thing that you've seen? And again, it goes back to the credibility of the person that took the picture. So being that we know Kathy Westerman and we know Bigfoot World, we know that this picture was taken in Central Florida in the Ocala National Forest, and what we're looking at is a young skunk ape, juvenile skunk ape, with a ponytail. So I'll show this again so you can check it out. And what I would suggest is that you go join Bigfoot World on Facebook. Go on their YouTube channel, follow them. Kathy has just phenomenal pictures, stuff that's just mind-blowing, and this is just one of them. All right, now that's my second plug for Bigfoot World tonight. I'm not salty about it, I promise. I love that group. All right, let's see. Some busy guy. Yeah, Mr. Midwest, we're gonna show some stuff tonight from that group. Isn't that what I just said, Bill? Like, did I just say that the watchers, they were meant to watch the people, the humans, and then they ended up fornicating with the human women, and then the offspring of that were the Nephilims. I said that. I'm not an expert on the Bible, but to be an atheist, you have to know a lot about the Bible. So. That's true, Tommy. If you watch the Patterson-Gimlin film, you can actually see the muscles in Patty's leg move. Therefore, pretty much eliminating that as being a suit. Not for me, Hog. Kathy may have some advice on that. No, I don't really buy cameras. What we're looking at is a juvenile of some type that is hiding in this bush. Welcome, heart and soul. Yeah, I've never bought anything off of Teamia. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Bill, I'll go off on a tangent. Don't get me started on the pyramids, bud. You will regret it. I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm going to save that for later. Somebody posted this one last week. And this is the kind of stuff that... Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? So this is the kind of stuff you got to look out for, They'll post things like this, and they claim it's this, they claim it's that, right? So I happen to have this picture in my archive. I pulled it out. Somebody had taken this picture and they added this filter to it, and they blocked out the feet. And the reason they blocked out the feet is because if you look at the original picture, you can tell. What are you doing? This thing has gone off the chain here. Hang on a second. You can tell that this dude's wearing shoes. So that's the kind of things you got to look out for when you are, when you're looking at pictures, you're trying to figure out what's real and what's fake. Some things like that is just an obvious giveaway, and they filtered that shit, trying to hide it, so. Miguel posted this one. I gotta assume this is either Kathy or Rebecca. I should find that out before I post it. I don't know Paul Sullivan, but he did give me permission to use this picture. Yeah, I don't even think I have to point that out. That's cool. The only thing I'll point out is that this is believed to be a juvenile, and of course that is the parent. Yeah, I think it was Rebecca too. Thank you, Kathy. Well, Tommy, you know our stance as always. We would love to look at it. We'd love to see it. However, we will not utilize it without consent. At least we won't utilize it if we have not, if we've been given non-consent. I'll put it that way. I'm not going to say that every single picture we ever post that we have consent of, but we don't do it if the person is adamantly against it. Just like this past week, Kathy knows who I'm talking about. We had a pretty stellar picture that we wanted to use in the upcoming video, and the persons involved were like, nope, no. And it was a personal thing against me. So that is what it is. You make some friends in this field, and you make some, I don't know, not friends, I guess. People are always going to ridicule. It doesn't matter what you do or what you say. I said this a long time ago. I was like, if you don't have any haters, you're not doing anything. Because it doesn't matter what you do. If you do something, anything, somebody's going to find a problem with it. Someone will have an issue. So. And I've had my fair share on this channel. Some of them like to call me an ignoramus. I'll be honest with you, Mr. Midwest. I learned that lesson the hard way. Here's the deal. When you post a picture on Facebook, unless it was priorly copyrighted, that picture is no longer copyrightable. Because once it hits Facebook, it belongs to the community of Facebook. Meaning that anyone can take your picture and use it for anything they want. Okay? So there's absolutely nothing that says that I can't pluck these little pictures off of Facebook, online, different places, and use them however. I can make t-shirts out of them, however I like to do. Okay? But we had an issue at some point where somebody took huge offense to that, claiming, accusing me of selling t-shirts and all this guy, which we have a merch store. Not that we've really ever sold much, but we have a merch store. So we thought, well, instead of facing this all the time, it would be a lot easier. A lot of people find it very flattering that we utilize their pictures and show their pictures and talk about them, stuff like that. Some people find it offensive, like we're getting rich off their pictures, and they get mad about it. So so just as a matter of, I'll tell you, it's a real pain in the ass reaching out to each individual to try to get their consent, and then screenshotting it when they do consent, but it's better that way. It's better to have their consent, and like I said, most of those people find it flattering, and they're like, yeah, tell me when the video is, and then you got to follow up and do that. But it's better that way. It's a better system, but it's a harder system. It'd be a lot. The way I used to do it was a lot easier. Thank you, Kathy. I know that most of your members are on board with that, but I still like to try to not take it for granted and try to ask anyway. Well, Tommy, just tell them to put the pictures in a manila envelope and drop them behind the dumpster behind Home Depot, and you go pick them up, and then we'll get them, and then he doesn't have to be involved. Yeah, we won't give him credit for it at all, $99 more subs and Kathy reaches 1,000, guys. This lady, this group that deserves so much recognition, it only has 901 subs on YouTube. So please stop by her channel and just make sure you're subbed. That's all. I know you guys respect the work. So it's like I myself went there. Like I think what was it, Kathy, about 6 months ago. I was like, let me just go check. I went and checked. I was not subbed. It's easy to do. It's easy to watch a channel, follow a channel, whatever, and you just forget to sub. So just stop by, click sub. It costs you nothing, and it will get her over that 1,000 hump to where she can start to be monetized, and she can realize how disappointing the amount of money that you make on YouTube is. But yeah, we're all excited about that. All right, let's move on. We're running out of time. So, God, what's his name? Kelly Shaw, RSMO, RMSO, yeah, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization, RMSO. They posted this one. This guy is fishing. His name is, I think his name is Troutman or something like that, Trout Master. And he takes a picture, a selfie of him with a fish. Where the hell's the whole damn picture? Here it is. So he's taking a selfie of this fish. He just caught this big trout, right? And back here in the tree line is this creature. And of course, it's pretty far away. And it looks like he's walking off to the left there. But yeah, very possibly a big, I'm going to say dark Sasquatch. Cane, like a Sasquatch that fights a tree? No, I don't think I have seen that one. Yeah, you know, Tommy, I mean, direct them to our channel, man. That's all I can say. I mean, obviously, like I said, we keep everybody anonymous that wishes to remain anonymous. I'll tell you guys a real quick story. The very first conscious video that we ever made on this channel, directed, you know, towards this subject, was I had a segment called Bigfoot in Booze, and I would have a Bigfoot type of beer. Like there's a lot of cryptid beers, by the way, if you don't know that. But anyway, I would have like a Bigfoot beer, and I would tell a story about Bigfoot. And the very first story fell in my lap from a guy that hit us up that just wanted to tell his story, but he was afraid of the ridicule, so he told me anonymously. I'm still in touch with that guy periodically, and he has never came forward with his story. That story is our very first Bigfoot and Booze. It's called Indiana Foot Chase, and it's about a guy who was chased down by a Bigfoot and most likely would have been attacked, you know, if not killed, had he not been armed. So it's a great story, and yeah, that guy is still anonymous, although he's much more into the Bigfoot community now, but he still has never come forward with that story. Hi Don, welcome. Yeah, you know, Mr. Midwest, there was a time I had the county. I want to say it's Harrison County, and if my memory serves me right. That was a long time ago. Alright, I gotta try to get to some of Kathy's pictures and see if I can. I screenshotted them in a way that I'm hoping that they make sense. Okay. Everybody see this face right here? The eyes, the nose, mouth, cheekbones. Now let me point out that this is IR footage. Kathy sent it to me because she saw leg movement, a leg come out from behind a bush. I started breaking down the little footage, and I found some images that I thought were interesting, and that's what I'm sharing. So please go to her channel, check out the actual video of this creature with its legs swinging out from behind the bush. It's, obviously worth watching. So it is Harrison County. I was right. Damn, look at my memory. Welcome, Mortimer. Okay. This is also part of that footage. I'm going to hold this up like this so you guys can see it. There you go, Bill. Bill, make sure you're subscribed. You ignoramus. So this is part of that same footage. This is about a 45-second clip. This is right towards the end of it. Get up there, you. Okay. I want you to keep in mind, I should have done this better, such as many things in my life, but keep in mind that this is frame by frame, okay? This is the exact same spot, second by second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, good for you, Bill. Yeah, Mr. Midwest, dude was out hunting, like way early in the morning, hunting deer, like right that part of the morning where it's like, it's not dark, but it's not light either, and he basically caught this Sasquatch trailing 2 does, and the belief is that the Sasquatch got pissed that he was in his territory, threatening his food chain, whatever else, and took off after him. And he said that dude, the whole run sequence. Go listen to the story. Like I said, hey, for an amateur, I had just started this. I don't think it's half bad. And this guy ran for his freaking life, dude. It was crazy. I promise you will have to go back to the very beginning. Like, go back to where there's just nowhere else to go. All the way to the bottom. Click videos and just go all the way to the bottom. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it is the first one. So, we'll see. So, Kathy, here's the thing. I did not get a screenshot of it because the video is impressive, the screenshot is not. So I'm not, you release the video, I'm gonna let you show the video. I'm not gonna show it before you, obviously. But yeah, getting a good screenshot of it was impossible. So what I wanted to get was the screenshots of the faces, or the faces of this creature that are coming out in that video, which I thought was cool. Like I said, you can actually see it transform as it's moving. Okay. So, I think the time has come. I promise you guys something mind-blowing. I think it is. I hope you find it as interesting as I do. And I think the time has come. But first, I'm going to pour another drink. And then I'm going to show you guys. And then we can bullshit until it's time. Drum roll. Yeah. I hope I didn't build it up too much. Now everyone's expecting a jaw dropper and I come out with, whatever, and you're like, oh really? That's it? Dumbass. I'll put it to you this way. I think everyone in this room is intelligent enough to grasp the historical relevance of what we're about to talk about. Like I said, I don't have a mind-blowing picture, but it is a good picture, and I think that everyone will appreciate. No, man. I don't give a damn about eclipses, bro. That stuff bores me. I know it's probably like it should be really fascinating and everything, but I'm just like, man, I don't care, It's weird. It gets like dusk in the middle of the day, and it's just like, I remember the last time it happened was 17? Yeah, it looked like we're on a different planet. It was just strange, and I don't know. I didn't really care for it. It was like everyone was talking about this aurora borealis, like the lights and everything. Like, yeah, that's cool. I wasn't gonna get off my couch to see it though, but. That's right, Tommy. That's right, Tommy. I got you here, though, boy. You're still here. All right. You liked it. Oh, hey, I'm glad you liked it, bro. I mean, that's cool. I know a lot of people get into it. Like my girl Q, she really gets into stuff like that, and I don't know. I just don't find it that fascinating. Hey, welcome. Yeah, whatever your name is, bro, from Moscow. Welcome. Here it is. Okay. I don't know if my mom is listening. Probably not, but she hit me up, right? Because for once, the weird shit that I'm into had something to do with her. She finally had to be like, oh, that kid of mine, he'll know what's going on here, right? So anyway, so she says, she goes, we got this is a video. I'm not going to show you the whole video. It's pointless. But she says, we got a video on the Ring camera, like those, not, like security cameras they got around the property there. This is in West Virginia, by the way. Rural West Virginia. So I watched the video, and what I'm seeing is a few things. See this light back here in the back? Sporadically, this light will appear in like 5 different spots. Only one. Never 2 like eyes, but it does look like eyes shine. And I don't know what that is. It's weird to me, right? It happens within like maybe 10 seconds, this little thing. I asked her about lightning bugs. She says, no, they're dead this time of year. They live in the middle of God's nowhere. I mean, I just can't imagine where else it would be. It's got to be eye shine of a creature. But what creature, I don't know. It's very fast. This rock right here is 5 foot tall. So, I know there's a distance here, perspective. This light is like, I don't know, 10 feet off the ground. And then there's no trees here. Oh, there's little trees, but nothing major. So anyway, this light like appears here, 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 whatever. Okay, that's fascinating enough in itself. Is it possible in distant? No, Mr. Midwest. This, I know you can't see it. This is all tree line right here. In fact, I think my mother sent me a picture of this area in the light of day. So maybe I should show you that too before we move on. Excuse me, man. I'm phlegmy. It's like sinuses. No, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Here you go. So, this is a picture of that rock in the light of day. So she's right up on that tree line there. Thank you, Bill. Everyone hit that like button. I'm a shameless self-promoter, Bill. I'm not ashamed to say that. So, but anyway, so that's the rock in the light of day. Okay, fine. So, so as Kathy has already pointed out, this orb has a face on it. Okay. All right. See if I can show you something better. All right, so there's a little better shot of it, maybe. Getting too far and it kind of starts pixelating, but hey. What the hell's going on here? Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm back with you. All right. So, scan again. So this is the actual picture from that camera. Okay. There. You see that face? How defined it is? You be quiet, Mr. Midwest. So, so there's the face, right? In that orb. I don't know if you find that freaky, but I do. Okay? This is not the curveball. Here's the curveball. I get to it. I go around the corner here. It's on here somewhere in there. Through Kathy's. Okay. Does anybody know where this picture is from? I don't know, Kathy. Anybody got a guess on where this picture is from? Okay. The moon, right? That's actually a pretty good answer. It does look like the moon. Antarctica. Yeah, we're getting there. So, does everyone see this orb? And we can all see that this orb also has a face. So what I want to do is I have a side-by-side, which is so less impressive on this camera. But anyway, so we've seen both of these orbs now. You see the faces. The faces are very similar. They both look like they're smiling, right? All right. So here it goes. Here's the big reveal. You guys are familiar with the Dyatlov Pass? I think anybody who's a fan of the dark and mysterious or Bigfoot is familiar with the Dyatlov Pass incident. If you're not, say. We'll fill you in. Okay, real quick. In late 50s, early 60s, this team of like top-notch hikers were going to go across the Dyatlov Pass in Russia. Okay. Some days later, they would find their bodies. Their bodies, it looked like they had cut their way out of their tents. They left their clothes in neatly stacked piles. Some of their bodies were found in trees with pieces gnawed off of them. Some of them, their bones were crushed. I don't know if I'm leaving anything out, but basically it was a mysterious death of like 9 people in the middle of God's nowhere in Dyatlov Pass. So one of the hikers was a photographer, and she took quite a few pictures as they were, on. This particular picture comes from one of those pictures, but it was after the incident. I'm gonna roll back so you can see it again. Here you go. This is after the incident. You can see how the tents are all tore down or ripped or whatever. This orb appears in this picture. I'm sorry about this orange light. Forget that. That's a light from my home as I'm actually taking a picture. This fell in my lap. Now, if you believe in kismet or serendipity or whatever, I almost shit. My mother sent me this picture 2 days before. So a couple days later, I'm watching like Mr. Ballin or whatever, and I see these pictures, and I see the same freaking orb in a picture that was taken 80 years ago. 65 years ago. Whatever. But I mean, I'm tripping. I'm like, wow, that's like, how is the same picture in the Dyatlov Pass photos in my mother's, on my mother's camera 2 days ago? Not exactly, Tommy. I mean, yes, it is from my house. It's from my television, but the picture itself, the orb is in the picture, not in my home. The orb. If you go look up this picture of the Dyatlov Pass, you can go Google it. You'll find this series of pictures of the tents, and this orb is in that picture. So it's just, I love coincidences, man. I fucking love them. I don't believe there is such a thing as a coincidence, so I love it when it happens. For my mother to send me this picture of this orb, and then 2 days later I just happen to be watching this video and I find the very same orb in that video. I mean, I was gobsmacked. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Monty, I was flipping out, bro. I was like, you guys, and I was like, oh God, who can I tell? You know, and I was like, you know, who better to tell than this group? I was like, you guys will totally get it. Yeah, Mr. Ballin is awesome. Sorry guys, I'm a little behind. I was rambling. Yeah, right, Mr. Midwest. It just got deeper. Yeah, I advise anyone, if you are not familiar with the Dyatlov Pass incident, just you can go on Mr. Ballin. Like he's excellent. I love that guy's storytelling. He'll tell you all about it. There's a whole segment. As a matter of fact, that's how he got to where he is, by doing a TikTok about Dyatlov Pass, 60-second TikTok. But it's an incredible story. And all right, Rick, you know, that's a fair question, dude. I don't know the answer. I don't know if the orb is a Bigfoot. I don't know what the orb is, but to me, this is evidence that we need to take note of, you know. Yeah, Kathy, the Dyatlov Pass orb is so much brighter, right? So I'm like, are we looking at spirits here? Is that what we're looking at? We're looking at some sort of post-mortal thing? Mr. Midwest, I told you this was going to be something, bro. I told you that it was going to be something big and interesting, and I'm glad you guys find it as crazy as I do, because I'm just like, well, I need to go and take a better picture of this thing. I need to pull up the photos and get a better side-by-side. Okay, hang on. What's going on is that this orb was captured at the Dyatlov Pass incident post-mortem photos, or the investigative photos, and that this same orb, let me get a better shot of it, this orb here was taken at my mother's home in West Virginia just 2 days ago. Side note, Monty, that is also one of my favorite subjects, by the way, synchronicity. My girl Q and I started experiencing this about 2 years ago, and it has not stopped. Once your eyes are kind of open to it, they don't close. And yeah, I've had some really, really disturbing experiences in the last 2 years about synchronicity. So, like I said, if I had the time to have 3 or 4 YouTube channels, I would, just on subjects like that. But yeah, you know, are you not entertained? Right? You know, Monty, I've heard that photo had been debunked, but I don't really know exactly how they debunked it. I heard it. I think Mr. Midwest told us that a while back too, but I heard it before that. But I don't know that it was really debunked fully with any sort of merit. You know, like people throw that word around a lot. So yeah, I'm not really sure about that. Well, I am absolutely, I knew this group would get it. I'm very happy that you guys see, there's the side-by-side again. Although, unfortunately, you got to zoom in on this Dyatlov one to really get the scope of the face. And if you get over here to this one, face again. It's just amazing to me. I wish I had an, you know, my mother reached out to me for an answer, and I don't have one. It's goddamn fascinating. I mean, it really is. Get back around to it. Sorry, I have bad organization on these photos. But. Judging by the camera and the surroundings, it's hard to tell how close it is to the camera. But I don't think it's any bigger than, say, like a dinner plate. Maybe even smaller than that. Yeah, you know, Cooper, that's not a bad idea. I haven't actually taken these pictures to a Photoshop yet and actually, like, you know, play with the contrast and stuff like that. I need to do that. That's a good call. Thank you. What I need to do is get a stock photo of this one from Dyatlov Pass instead of a picture of a screen, you know. Send work contrast thing. Okay, send them. Whatever you want to send to us is bigfootinput@gmail.com. So Rick, the missing 411, it's fascinating stuff. You know, David Paulides, great investigator. I love the stories. I don't necessarily. There might be a few that could be associated with Bigfoot, but I don't. You know. I think people that believe in Bigfoot have a natural curiosity about things that are dark and mysterious, so there's a natural tie there. Like, but when I see like David Paulides at like Bigfoot conferences and stuff, I'm like, he's not really a Bigfoot guy. I mean, he's just reporting what happened to these people, and we're building the bridge between what happened to these people and Bigfoot. Now, that, I mean, to be fair, we do the same thing with Dyatlov Pass. If you believe that Dyatlov Pass was just a glacier, like an avalanche, or some sort of radioactive test, or a bomb drop, you know, you believe whatever you want, I guess. But I'm sure tons of it was covered up by the government anyway. The Russian government. You think our government's bad at cover-ups? I mean, so I don't know. But I think a lot of people do buy that there was Bigfoot or Yeti activity because of the level of aggression that Yetis have and stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyway, point being is I do enjoy the 411. I just don't know how many of them are actually associated with Bigfoot. Hog came back and missed the whole thing. Sorry, buddy. All right, one last time. This picture is of an orb that was taken in the investigative photos of the Dyatlov Pass incident that happened in 1954, 55, I believe. There's the actual site, and that's the picture taken. Ron Moorhead is the real deal, my friend. That is real Bigfoot sounds right there, buddy. Who asked? Hog. This is a picture of an orb taken at my mother's house in West Virginia 5 days ago. So, I guess I don't need to explain the significance of why we're all shocked that this orb looks exactly like another orb that was taken across the world 65 years ago. 65, 70, something like that. So, fascinating world we live in. I'll tell you what, I'm a little disappointed in how that side-by-side came out. It really didn't come out very well at all. What if I did that? What if I did that? That looks better. All right, Kathy, let me explain that bright light, okay? So, I saw this on a video on YouTube, and I just had to stop it, pause it, and take a picture. That light is actually within my home. So it's kind of screwing up that picture, honestly. I threw this together kind of quickly because I wanted to share it with you guys. I was very, very excited. But anyway, I need to go actually find that photo of the Dyatlov Pass, incident, whatever, and get that photo, like a stock photo, and then do the proper side-by-side, But I may have to do a video on this alone. You're going out to the park tonight? You crazy bastard. God damn it. Moth just buzzed my head right in the middle of this thing. So I'm staring at these orbs, and I got a psychotic moth just whacked me in the side of the head. Jesus. Fucking heart attack. Yeah, I get it, Kathy. I was actually watching this on my television, though. Like, I watch YouTube. I don't watch television. Like, I don't have network television. I don't watch shows. I fucking hate shows. Like, there's not too many shows, I think, that are actually worth watching. There's a few, but I don't watch TV, like mindless TV, So I'm always on YouTube. Not that YouTube isn't mindless. Some of it is, but I mean, I'm always on YouTube. So I was watching this video, and I just saw that orb. I was like, holy shit. Here we are, like a day and a half, 2 days after I just got this picture of this orb from my mother. And then here it is again. And then, okay, you really want to bake your noodle? You want to talk about synchronicity and stuff like that? This will really screw you up. What if that orb wasn't in that picture until my mother sent me the picture of the other orb? Does that make sense? I mean, I know it doesn't make sense, but does that land on any level at all? Like, or do I just sound like psychotic? Hog, I know you're being serious, but there's like a 12-year-old inside of me that's giggling right now. No, it didn't make sense. Okay, look, if you've ever studied quantum physics at all, quantum physics is all about the laws of attraction and synchronicity and things like that. So I'm just saying that if you time is not always linear ahead of you. Sometimes, you know, I mean, I think they could jump around. It can be hills and valleys and different things. So anywho, and then there's like the whole Mandela glitch effect. I don't want to get into a rabbit hole, but yeah, there's a part of me that when I see something like that happen, that's such a huge coincidence. I have to go down that hole in my mind and wonder, like, well, was that really a thing before this happened? You know? It's kind of like in the Matrix when the Oracle said something to Neo about don't worry about that lamp or don't worry about that vase, and then he knocked it over, and she goes, you know, what's really going to bake your noodle is, would you have knocked it over if I told you not to worry about it? So that's the whole idea, is like, does the chicken come first or the egg? There's some more stuff that doesn't make sense. That's I mean, it's true, Mr. Midwest. Like, welcome to, you know, welcome to the inside of my head, dude. Like, that's how things go all the time. It's just like, yeah. Sometimes you got to put the brakes on and be like, all right, I can't do this today. Like, you know, I got shit to do today. I gotta go to work. I can't sit around and think about this. I can't think about glitches in the Matrix and living in a simulation and stuff like that. I do indeed have mail. Let's see what it is. Ah, interesting. Can I show this on the channel? Mr. Name I can't pronounce. Bosek? Bosek? I hope that means oh fucking course. There you go. This is what he just sent me. Do you have a backstory to this picture? Yeah, I would love to see the video. What is this, like just floating over your house or what? Like what's the story on this picture? You know, Mr. Midwest, that's been I don't know if you want to call it a problem. I guess in today's human construct, it is a problem. But I will do that, man. My mind will just wander. I made a post a while back. I was joking around. I said, you know, don't let your mind wander too far because you might not get it back. And it's true. Like my mind will just, ever since I was a kid, man, my mind will just wander off, and it'll go down the deepest of holes. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, you know. But yeah, like I'll be in the middle of some shit, and I'll be like, dude, you need to finish what you're doing. Focus, you know. So I've always had a problem with like mental structure like that, you know. Yeah, I obviously a UFO. That is the base explanation for that photo. Going to my high school, going to hop on the bus, and a lady said something. No kidding. It's really interesting. Looking at something else earlier. I was gonna, what is it? No, not that one. Anyone? Yeah, there you go. Anybody that wants to ask the question, I had a few times tonight. Everyone has asked, what's the best piece of Bigfoot evidence I have? Well, I don't know. I've got well over 1,000 pictures that are all completely uncategorized, by the way, because I'm not an organized person. But this is one of Kathy's pictures, Bigfoot World, from her own backyard. So if, to me, like, you want to see a Bigfoot, well, I mean, there you go. There it is. Indisputable evidence of a Bigfoot right there. Thank you, Tommy boy. You're very sweet. No, that's not any sort of bird I've ever seen. It's Kathy's buddy. So let me throw out something conversational here about this picture that this gentleman just sent us. He's from Russia. Okay. When you look at this photo, and he said he's going to send me the video, so that's cool. When you look at this photo, real quick, sorry Kathy, I'm going to butt in here. You guys have seen Russian buildings, right? Like that sort of Russian architecture that has all the rounded edges. It just looks like that to me. So my point to that is that I don't think that every UFO that we see is from, planet Mars or wherever. Sometimes I think it's reverse engineered, human intervention type of aircraft. And that's just, again, my personal opinion. I mean, this one, my arm could be, I don't know. Rick? I am the one controlling this touchscreen computer here, so. Alright. Thank you for sending that. I will check out the video after we're no longer live and I have time to actually look at it. Yeah, exactly, Monty. That's what I'm talking about. It's got that like weird, like I shouldn't say weird. I don't mean weird in a bad way. I just mean it's different. It's unique. That architecture, that Russian architecture that you'll find in Moscow. So like I said, to me, it's just, what are we really looking at here? I don't know. But that's not to dispute the existence of UFOs and things like that. We all have seen the evidence of tech you know, moving in ways that we can't explain through physics, you know, so. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. You know, I'm just a collector. I mean, I do have a couple things that are of my own that are special to me, but I'm a collector of other people's work. You know, I'm a aficionado, an admirer. So we like to use our We've built this platform, and we like to use it to showcase, you know, other people's work, other people's stuff that they're proud of, and get it out there in the world, you know. And Bigfoot World has been one of our long time supporters, and so, you know, a lot of the stuff that we do comes through that group. You know, like I said, I have no shame in that. Someone had made the comment a while back that what the hell did she say? I don't even source my own material. I don't even source my own stuff. And that's, you know, that's a fair statement. I mean, I've had a couple experiences that I've cataloged, you know, but documented here. But it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like watching the 6 o'clock news, you know. They didn't make the news. They're just reporting it, you know. So, and that's what we like to do. We like to bring it to the people. David, we are looking at a Bigfoot. Right there. You see his big nostrils? 1, 2. That is a Sasquatch. A skunk ape. Because we're in Florida. I appreciate that, Mr. Midwest. I can sleep well tonight knowing that I have not offended anyone in the USSR. any Ruskies are not angry at me about my description of their architecture. Yeah, that's true, Mr. Midwest. You know, I see other channels like, well, I shouldn't call them out. I'm not going to do that. I see other channels that sort of just drop, like, photos. They'll just drop photos. They'll drop a video. They're like, look at this. What do you guys think of this? You know, like, they don't actually add any sort of breakdown or opinions or anything. You know, they just sort of drop it and leave. And I mean, it's a cheap way of doing things, but, you know, you can do it. I personally like to, I do a little bit of investigation with my pictures and videos. You know, I like to break down the videos. I like to research the pictures a little bit before we throw them out there into the world, you know. So just a little, you know, giving you what you pay for, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I'll keep an eye out for those other guys. They might be pissed. Did you? Thank you for sending the video. I will check it out at a later time. Obviously not during this video. Uh-oh. We've got a friend connect. Mr. Midwest. Got a fellow Yugoslavian in the chat here. I would be lying if I said I knew exactly where Yugoslavia was. I'm not much of a world traveler. I will. Oh, you say it no longer exists? What, like Myanmar? It's just gone? Shows how much I know. Video sent to me from our Russian friend. I'm not making fun of your nationality. I honestly just don't know how to pronounce your name, so. Oh shit, you can see a second one. Look at the one like fly across the screen as the other one's coming in. 3, 4. There you go. Boom. Wow. Yeah, that is cool. I gotta give you credit, buddy. I didn't think it was gonna be as cool as it is. I'm like, I like that video. That's awesome. I mean, it still just begs the question of what the hell actually is a UFO. They're not all the same thing. You know? That's cool though. Yeah, what are the tips of those buildings? You said you're in Moscow, right? So is that where it is? I mean, there's tons of Sasquatch in Saskatchewan. Tons. Cooper, maybe Loch Ness Monster, you know? Nessie, Tessie, Champ, you know, maybe. I find the Flatwoods Monster interesting. Mothman is definitely, to me, was definitely a thing. Was a thing. Is no longer a thing. I think that was, Mothman was an 18-month, you know, government experiment gone wrong. They lost their experiment, and they regained it, and they killed it. So, you know, when you get too deep into, you know, Chupacabra, I think it's some sort of misidentification. I don't believe in the Jersey Devil. I think that's garbage, you know. But, and I'm still on the fence about Dogman. Everyone will tell you that. So we're still compiling evidence about Dogman. So. Yes, I have, Cooper. Very, very crazy stuff. What happened to the Russian guy? Where's he at, man? Answer these questions. Come on, you want us to look at your video? We did. It's awesome. Now we have questions. The onion tops are my favorite parts of the onion, Mr. Midwest. Nessie is the Loch Ness Monster from Ireland. Tessie is from California, and Champ is from New York State. Although I have good evidence that Champ is a complete fake. It's right. Monty, the MIBs just kicked in his door. He's gone for good. Scotland, thank you. Okay, it was one of those locks over there. Yeah, we got another Dogman sighting by Howard. All right. You know, slug cat, I hear that argument every day, and it's not a valid argument, man. It's not. It's like we find new species every single day of creatures. Every day we find new species. I mean, they just now, Forrest Gallant just found the what was it, the Tasmanian tiger or whatever, believed extinct for like 70 years. It's back. So there's a lot of Earth out there that we don't know about. Too many unexplored cave systems, too many unexplored acres of forest. It's just, there's too much, man. So that's not a valid argument. That's interesting, Hog, especially that first picture, but all the stuff you guys are sending me, you're distracting me. You distracted me. I appreciate all the stuff you guys send though. I look at all of it. Well, the chupacabra though is just, there's too much room for misidentification. You get some mangy wolf, next thing you know, it's a chupacabra, but there is, something is drinking those cows dry of their blood, and it's not a dog, it's not a wolf. So what the hell is it? Yeah, Hog, it's true. We're totally past that argument, and I'm past the why are all Bigfoot pictures blurry. Look, you know what? I owe that dude an apology. If anyone was here last week, some dude came in the room and just the first thing out of his mouth was, "Why are all Bigfoot pictures blurry?" And it could have been a legitimate question. I just was not having it. I was not in the mood. We'd already had too many trolls that night. I was just like, I was over it, and I kicked the dude straight out of the room. I was like, "You're out." And then I ended up going on a diatribe that basically explained why all Bigfoot pictures are possibly blurry. But I apologize to that dude. It wasn't his fault. It's not you. It's me. I was in a piss ass mood that night, and I was not dealing with the trolls. So I think he got the brunt of it. Yeah, Mitch Hedberg. What did he say? He said, "There's an out of focus creature out in the hillside." He's like, and that's really scary. Out of focus creature roaming the hillside. That's what he said. You think that one's real, David? I'm not sure about that one. That's one of my on the fence. That was a video? No, it was a picture. That's one of my on the fence pictures. Yeah, I agree with that too. I think it's possible. Switch pictures for you guys. I know you're hungry for it. You need it. There's a good one. That's a good one. I don't know what to think about Skinwalker Ranch. I gotta be honest with you. My research into the subject is minimal. It's pretty much just residual stuff that I've heard. Because just the whole title, the whole term of Skinwalker, anybody that has something that they can't explain becomes a Skinwalker. You know? They're a dog man, they're a Bigfoot, they're a ghost, they're an alien, they're a Skinwalker. It just becomes so cliche, so blasé. So I don't know. Is she the stalker hog? You gotta be careful, bro. She might be sending skinwalkers after you and shit, you know? Stop it. Mr. Midwest he's watching Skinwalker Ranch documentaries. He's like, I know that guy killed 6 aliens out there with his samurai sword. That you did, sir. That you did. I won't watch any of the... yeah, you're putting it out there, and I'll make fun of you for it. Don't worry. I won't watch any of the Bigfoot shows. The Expedition Bigfoot or Finding Bigfoot or, what is that? One of the monsters. What the hell is it? Mountain Monsters? I won't watch that shit. It's garbage. It is absolutely 100% garbage. And I won't waste my time. I do watch some documentaries on the subject, though. But I don't even watch all of those. To be frank with you. Like, what was that one? The Flash of Beauty or whatever that just came out a while back? People were going on about. I didn't watch it. I don't know. I just have a low amount of concern. I'm like, I don't need to see that. Sure, Cooper, I shouldn't say watch. I commute a lot in my job, and I don't listen to music. I listen to Mr. Ballin all the time. So, he has a podcast now. It's fucking unbelievable, man. Love it. You watched it 2 times, so you don't have to listen to the bullshit. You're like, I can comprehend everything they're saying at 2 times the speed. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I'll be honest. I started watching that Finding Bigfoot when they first came out, And then when you realize it's just a big soap opera with Bobo and TT and Moneymaker and whoever the fuck else is on that show, they all want to argue with each other all the time. It's just, I mean, hey, look, man, a bag's a bag, and I respect anybody that makes money. However you got to make it. And Moneymaker's worth like $3 million because of what he did. And you can say that he sold his soul and he's the evil empire and blah, blah, blah. It's because you're not making money like he is. So we would all do it in a heartbeat if we could. So, yeah, I don't love his show, and I don't really watch it. But, hey, much respect. Thanks, Tommy. I'll keep that in mind. Bro, Mr. Midwest, My Bigfoot Story by Vic Cundiff is one of the most entertaining things I've ever listened to in my life. So if you are the type of person that listens to podcasts or something like that in your headphones, go check out My Bigfoot Story. You will hear some fascinating stories. Fascinating shit that just you couldn't even make up. Just absolutely mind-blowing stuff that has stuck with me for a long time now. And I fully endorse his podcast. And it's not even a podcast, it's just a series of stories. So, good for him. Yeah, Bobo and Cliff, they're clowns. I can't stand those people. I mean, Cooper, isn't that the way it goes, though? It's good that got you into the subject, but haven't you, like, matured since then? And you're like, oh, yeah, that's, all right, that's trash. But it's what got you into it, It's a gateway show. once you once you take a few puffs of that show, then next thing you know, you're mainlining some Mr. Ballin, your crack pipe smoking, uh, finding, was it discovering Bigfoot? So yeah, it's a gateway thing. I get it. So you know what'll really screw with you, Hog, Woody? Those what they call tree knocks. Are they a creature using a piece of wood, knocking on a tree, or is it, but with a much higher level of amplification? Yeah, it's obviously vocal, right? Because, I mean, have we ever had a picture of a Bigfoot with a club in his hand? Are they walking around with a stick in their hand, just on the off chance that they want to whack on a tree? It doesn't make sense to call it, this tree knocking phenomenon. It doesn't make sense. But throat vocals, amplified throat vocals, do make sense. Much more than tree knocking. Yeah, you say it sounded the exact same. And if it was them hitting a piece of wood onto a tree in a different place, different type of tree, different size tree, it would sound different. Oh yeah, yeah. We got the brewskis and we got the mixed drink going on. Yeah, the whiskeys. Exactly. To be more accurate, it's the brandies. We got the brandy with the cranberry juice and a Mick Ultra going on. So, Mr. Midwest, I have never seen this video. I insist that you find it and send it to me. That's followed with a big please. I've never seen a video of a Bigfoot striking a tree. I have seen the one of the Bigfoot shaking the tree. And we actually believe that there was a juvenile in that tree, that it was shaking the tree to get it to come out of the tree. And I saw the one of the Mississippi skunk ape digging for grubs in the tree, but I've never seen the one that you're talking about, so I would love to check that out. Oh, Thunker, huh? Yeah, I like that guy. All right, he burned my ass recently. I don't know. Him and I are He by the way, he does not know me. He has no freaking idea who I am, so that doesn't really matter. But him and I are on the outs right now, so. Don't forget, Tommy. You know what's funny? I've never had. Well, I shouldn't say I've never had, but I've rarely had real moonshine. And I was in West Virginia a couple years ago, and I kept seeing signs for it, man. And I wanted to stop. I just never did. I didn't have my gun on me. I didn't want to end up like Deliverance, fucking banjo music. So I never stopped to buy any, So I didn't actually get any homemade shine. I'm kind of disappointed by that. Monty, you follow other people on Patreon? My feelings are so hurt. No, look, it's not that I dislike Thinker Thunker, okay? It's not. I do appreciate some of the work he's done. I think some of the work he's done is some of the most important stuff that we've had done in the Bigfoot community. I think what really burned my ass was that last video, or actually the one before that. The guy Nick, Strange Spotting. He just went after this kid. I say kid, he's a grown man, but he's young in the Bigfoot community, and he went after him for no good reason. He just got his ass hurt a little bit about Nick using his measuring techniques. Well, when you put something out there in the Bigfoot world, it's not exactly copyrighted. Yeah, like other people are going to use it. And I don't know, he just went after this kid like way hard. We're wrong. Just talk to him way wrong. And I didn't appreciate it. I was like, that's not how we all look up to Thinker Thunker, And it's like, that's not how you treat the young up and comers that are doing their thing. We I don't know. So I didn't like it. I mean, I got to be honest with you, Mr. Midwest. I've never heard of Serbian-style moonshine, and I cannot imagine that I will be anywhere near Chicago voluntarily. Well, that last picture of the Bigfoot that came out, he just absolutely wrote it off as being AI, and I don't necessarily agree with that. Yes, sir, Hog. I have those pictures. I did take a quick glance at them. They look interesting enough. I will check them out, more in detail when I have the opportunity. This is the picture, guys. This is the picture that started the whole friggin' thing. Oh, man. So, the guy Nick on Strange Spotting, go watch his video. He tells you all of the details of why this picture is real, which I think is very interesting. and he used he measured like the eyeballs and stuff like that. And man, I guess Thinker Thunker's like crew like kept tagging him in this video, and like he got like 50,000 tags, and he got angry about it, and then he made like a little butthurt video about why this is AI. And it's, and I'll tell you what, it's not AI, because I remember this picture being at least 10 years old. Like I remember it back in the day. So the reddening in the picture is because of how the ink reacts after time, you know. But anyway, I'm not going to get into an argument about that photo, but that is the photo that started the whole shebang between Thinker Thunker and this guy Nick. Mr. Midwest, I'm always down, bro. And happy birthday, man. I didn't realize it was your birthday. Let's see. 2 weeks ago. What does that make you, a bull? It's funny, I'm a Capricorn. I am naturally attracted to bulls. I have many bulls in my life, male and female. In fact, my Q is a bull. The greatest woman I've ever met my whole life. Yeah, so. But yeah, so I'm naturally attracted to bulls. You're a good people. he's married. Attracted in the general cosmic sense, you know. I'm sure you're a lovely man, but yeah, look at this. Oh, sorry about that. Vibrations. Monty is a bull. He's a young bull, though. He's an April bull. So, yeah, again. See, I'm not a big, like, I don't believe in horoscopes and things like that. They're just kind of trash. But my girl did put me on to recognizing people's zodiac symbols due to their behaviors. And I do believe that there is a sort of cosmic level of attraction between certain signs. They attract certain things. Thanks a lot, Tommy. Always good to see you, bud. Thank you for the donation as well. Go walk your pup. All right, Woody. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. All right. Talking about Long Island Mike, right? My personal opinion I just don't know if Long Island is a big enough of an area to support a Bigfoot type creature. Then again, I've never been there. So I'm just going on speculation. So when I was young in this channel, very young, I'm still young, when I was very young in this channel, I came across a video and I did an analysis of that video. And I speculated that the video was from Long Island Mike because of the voice of the person in the video. It sounded like him. And the creature in the video was very blurry. It was very just, it could have been anything. It was a trash video, if I'm honest with you. Mike got tagged in that video, took huge offense to it, trash talked me, you know, very much so. And some of his followers did too. And then he disappeared. Not from the YouTube world, from me. You know, I think he blocked me or something. I went on his page. I asked him to come and talk to me like a man. I said, you know, we're on the same side. Let's talk about this thing and just clear the air, and we'll get over it. He never responded. He never tried to get back with me, none of that. So he just wrote me off. So that was the end of that. So, and I did hear his story on my Bigfoot story, which I thought was interesting. You know, it was a good story. But anyway, he decided never to talk to me again because of my objective analysis of his video. So that is the relationship between Long Island Mike and myself. Caves. Adventure Monty has reached the point in his intoxication where he is ready to talk about caves. Yeah, so the funny thing about astrology is it gets roped into too many different things. There's like, you know, there's like horoscopes, and then there's, you know, stars and different things. But here's the bottom line is, right? When you are born in a certain time of the year, the moon has a different position from Earth than it normally has, wherever it may be. Every season has a different position. Therefore, controlling levels of chemicals in your brain, therefore dictating personality types or quirks of said personalities. So there is a very scientific basis for astrology. It just gets wrapped up in all this voodoo. So people just dismiss it. So if you look at people's personality, like, you know, Leos, you can spot a Leo from a mile away. And I know because my son's a Leo. One of my sons is a Leo. You know, so there's obviously something to it, but it just, the pseudoscience is wrapped up in too much, you know, hoopla for it to be taken seriously. So, and then add on the DNA gene effect of having parents that, you know, one's an Aquarius and one's, you know, the Gemini or whatever, right? Then add those effects into your current zodiac symbol. There's too much going on. There's too many variables. Harry and the Hendersons. I've still never seen this movie. I don't like the fact that you're going to make me break down and watch this movie. Mark my words right here. You heard it first. Adventure Monty will eventually break me down to the point where I will watch this movie. I don't know if I'll thank you. I may watch it, but that doesn't mean that I'll thank you. So I got sent this photo by a guy, the boyfriend. He said his girlfriend took this photo. And he said he's had it for years and he's never really understood what it was. And apparently she sent it to David Paulides, and he himself did a video on it and claimed it was some demonic, this and that. I don't know. All I can tell you is that I see a person right here, humanoid, here, here, and here. Two of them you can see eye shine. This one you cannot, which I assume means the eyes are closed. This was in a park in somewhere in California. They stopped off at a rest stop. They took this photo of these humanoids kind of coming out from underneath this wall. And this photo has been a mystery ever since. Yeah, I mean, I think this picture has to creep you out, right? You have pure humanoids with tapetum lucidum being eye shine. The eye shine's coming from the headlights. To me, Bigfoot is not creepy. Feral humans are creepy. And I think this is a beautiful example of feral humans. This was taken somewhere. It was a rest stop in California. The details are slim. Yeah, I agree with you, Cooper. I think this is a feral human. I think these are humans that have not been exposed to daylight. Although it's weird, their skin is red. You would think it would be like white. Man, feral humans. Regular humans creep me out, let alone feral humans. Listen, guys, I'm gonna ask you for a pause for the cause, and we are so running over on time. But anyway, we're having a good time. So, give me just a minute. Let me get my goddamn mic off, and then yeah, I'll be right back. Okay. See, I told you I wouldn't be gone that long. You guys are okay. Yes, well, we all had to pee during our thoughts about feral humans. So, feel free to finish. Hey, look, Tommy's back. He just couldn't walk away. It's an addictive show. See, typically we do like hour and a half shows. So we do 8:30 to 10. It's what, going on 11 now? So we're on like a 2.5 hour show. Yeah, I've definitely heard of the Thunderbird. I don't know. Pterodactyls, big eagles. It's an interesting enough subject. Not enough evidence to really build a big conversation. Mr. Midwest. He's got his opinion about feral humans, and everyone needs to stop what they're doing and listen. Okay? Because everyone is wrong but him. I respect the fact that he has a fresh drink and he's willing to talk about the subject, so I will listen. But if he doesn't mind, I'm going to move on to a different picture. Oh, you know what? Speaking of the devil himself, we were just talking about Abe Sias and his Nephilim, which I don't believe in. Look at this. HM just walks into the chat with dogmen are real. All right, well, prove it to me. Yeah, well, Gugway probably are real. Gugway is more of a Bigfoot type creature that just has a larger muzzle, which probably means more ape DNA than human DNA. The Seven Shoots monster is a great representation of a Gugway. Yeah, I like Scott Carpenter as a person. I met him in Tennessee. Good guy. As far as his research goes, I mean, he had some interesting stuff. I think he was one of the first people to ever have the backwards pointing camera. As he got older, though, he fell more into the, religious aspect, the Nephilim and the portals and different things. His research went off kilter as far as I'm concerned. But that doesn't mean that everything he had was fake. It just means that I feel like he got drawn into a different aspect of it. He was on Les Stroud's Finding Bigfoot. No, I'm sorry. Les Stroud's Survivor Man Bigfoot series in Kentucky. and they had some incredible audio. But that being said, I believe the audio they had were feral humans and not Bigfoot. But still, an incredible catch. Hey, thank you, Mark. I appreciate the compliment. You're awesome too. So, you know, I would agree with you, Mr. Midwest. I don't think that they're very common. They're rare, in the same aspect as Bigfoot being rare, right? Let's just say that, you know, 100 years ago, over 150 years ago, 1870 or so, you know, some people couldn't afford to, feed their kids. We were a lot more cut and dry back then. We weren't as sensitive. Like, well, we got 6 kids. Well, hell, we can only afford to feed 3 of them. Okay, well, take the other 3 off. You sell them to gypsies, or you drop them off in a cave system and wish them the best of luck, assuming that they'll die. But they don't die. They survive, right? Because we're humans. That's what we do. We strive. We survive. So then all of a sudden you've got feral humans. And the longer this is the same thing as, like, mer people, right? Mermen, mermaids, whatever you want to call them. When a certain species of primate spends more and more time in the ocean, they lose their fur, they get finned, hands and feet, they breathe underwater a lot longer. All of a sudden you've got mer people. Then feral humans, well, they spend longer times inside the cave. They develop echolocation. They develop tape and lucidum, like seeing at night and things like that. And the next thing you know, you've got the rake monster, which is just feral humans. So there's a lot of things going on in the world that are not documented scientifically, is the point. So feels like I was talking for a while. Yeah, I agree, Tommy. I think he was a good person. I think Scott was a good person. He just, he went a different direction. Went his own direction, really, which is great. You should. What else we got here? Excuse me. My queue is messaging me. Probably wondering why I'm still hanging out with you guys at 11:15 at night. I mean, feral humans are a thing. That's just, to me, that's a simple put to bed situation. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, I think these feral humans are Homo erectus. I mean, right? Homo sapiens. Are you asking, have they evolved or have they devolved? I mean, I think they started out as Homo sapien, but at some point they have, even if it's not a matter of moving on the evolutionary scale, they've moved due to adaptation. Like, I don't think that Yeti is on a different evolutionary scale than Sasquatch. I just think that they have different adaptations due to environmental needs. So, if that's what your question is, like, I don't think they've actually evolved. I just think that they were Homo sapiens at some point and they became different due to adaptation. And they have not been recategorized, obviously, because they're ultimately unknown and mythical. So it's Memorial Day weekend. We have extra time off work. Could this be the weekend that we launch our podcast on Patreon? I can always hope. I can't guarantee though, but I hope. I would love to, if anyone is interested in a blunt, open, provocative discussion about Bigfoot, I think this would be appealing to those people. Oh, all right. I think it's maybe sitting down. It could be taking a dump. I think it's just sitting down though. So, Kathy sent me a picture just now of the leg of this creature coming out of hiding, I guess. If you guys remember earlier, I was showing you the face pictures. This is all part of a 45-second video put out. Well, I can't say put out, but it's by Bigfoot World. I don't know if it's actually been released yet. Kathy, has it? I did say blunt. I mean, I meant a different thing, but I did say blunt. Hog, thanks for joining us, bro. Good luck with that stalker situation. Hope to see hope to see you here again in 2 weeks. Okay. Mr. Midwest, I do believe that you are on our Patreon, and I am sorry for you that you're there and there's just so little activity. But I do hope to be putting out a new video about cryptid corpses soon, but more urgently, I really want to start this podcast. I would love to have these discussions, and I will be having them with the person that I trust the most in the world, which is Q, the female in my life, who really just acts more like an objective opinion in the subject, and I will be bouncing these ideas off of her, which should be hilarious. But yeah, I can't wait to talk about certain subjects like well, the loving relationship between Bigfoot and horses and cows, unorthodox ways of protecting yourself from a Bigfoot attack, humans as a food source. So yeah, I can't wait to get into those. Thank you, Monty. You're a legend. I appreciate you, bro. Monty is one of our absolute long-time supporters. Thank you so much. You know, Mr. Midwest, I would like to actually offer something for the. I mean, it's a very low amount. It's only like $1 a month. It's nothing, but I want to offer something anyway, because all of our YouTube stuff is free, unless you become a member, which of course then you have the same benefits as our Patreon members plus a little extra. But yeah, I would like to just not have a Patreon just for the sake of collecting money. I would actually like to be able to, you know, have some content on there worth watching. So we have a few videos, but I want to add more, and I want to do the podcast. And frankly, we can't do it on YouTube. It's gonna get kicked. It's gonna get kicked off YouTube. We're gonna get violated and thrown off of YouTube and called perverts and whatever else. So on Patreon, we have a little bit more of an extra, a little bit of leeway. We can do things. This is a Kathy Westerman classic, Bigfoot World. Yes, this is IR footage. Thank you, Mr. Midwest. I appreciate that. I appreciate your support. And I hope that one day the content that we offer on Patreon is something that you are, happy to be paying for. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a big boy, Kathy. I like to think that, despite how busy and crazy our lives get, because, we're all there. We all work and that sort of thing. We can come back here and we can sort of kick back and have a drink, and we can enjoy each other's company and enjoy the topic and relax, just sort of chill. So that is the hope. Yeah, we have a great group here. I mean, sometimes we get some in and outs that are questionable, but this is another one of Kathy's, by the way. Another one in Bigfoot World. Very, very interesting. You can see his right hand coming around the tree there, and his head coming around the other side of the tree. But anyway, I think we have a great group, and we have a lot of great regulars, and we have some cool newcomers too. So, and if they're not cool, well, we escort them to the door. You see this guy here? Like, my grandpa has a sweet southern butt. He's just a troll, and unfortunately he's a loser and has nothing better to do. So we just get rid of him. No big deal. And that happens. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a crazy picture. Let me make sure. I think I just hid Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy, are you out there? Are you listening? Can you hear me? I want to make sure I didn't accidentally hide your comment. No. Yeah, Tommy Boy says we should host a cookout or something. That would be interesting. Get all of us together. Jeez. Fortunately, we are from all over the country. Yeah, your name. You're thinking of Mark. Mark from Sasquatch, Ontario. I don't know what to think about his videos. You know, I mean, those Sasquatch were very much speaking English. It was very strange. This is something that Kathy just sent me. Yeah, we've definitely heard of the Sierra Sounds. Ron Moorhead. That's kind of like Sasquatch 101, you know? It's like you've heard those before. I did not see a Thinker Thunker video on Dogman, but I will go hunt for it now, though. Oh man, Mr. Midwest, I thought you were gonna host it, man. We're gonna come out to your house. Uh, Maybe Kathy will host it. No one's coming to my house. Oh, it's hours old? No, I definitely have not seen it. Yeah, cats. No, me either. Yeah, I don't blame you, Kathy. So we'll have to meet in public. We'll find a park somewhere. Somebody's got to fly Tommy Boy down from Pennsylvania. Yeah, Dogman is definitely not on my radar. I mean, as much evidence comes forth about Dogman, I still need more. So, yeah, don't worry about it, Mr. Midwest. I'm not flying to Chicago. So, really, yeah, I'd be interested to see the video that BD is talking about, but I have not actually seen it yet. So. I apologize, Tommy boy. I was trying to hide one of the trolls, and I think I accidentally hid you from the channel. So I've unhidden you. You're definitely in front of the channel, so sorry about that. I apologize, Tommy. I went to go click on somebody else, and I guess it clicked on your name, and then it was a thing, you know? So, but I got it sorted out. I apologize about that. I mean, we don't really know a lot about anything, Kathy, really. Like, I mean, we don't know the variables that exist. It's like you can go as deep into the rabbit hole as you want to, or you can dip your feet in it and then come back out. So I don't know. If we're talking about logic, you know, it's a tough discussion. I think this is one of James' pictures. What's his name? James Whitfield. Well, we don't know that they do or they don't see IR, and even if they do, we don't know that they necessarily avoid it. I think it's more about the person that's wielding it than the actual camera itself. Yeah, this is James Whitfield. We have made it back to ground zero on our third set of pictures tonight. Yeah, this is an amazing picture. I thank you guys for going through this journey with me about the orb pictures. I was a little unsure about how it would be received. But I'm glad that you guys are seeing what I'm seeing and seeing the significance in it, frankly. So I appreciate that. Mr. Midwest, thank you so much. I appreciate that we are your love and that you're going to spend time with us. No, seriously, thanks for dropping by. I really appreciate it. Good night, Mr. Midwest. Thank you for joining us, man. Appreciate it. Absolutely, Tommy. Thank you. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I think the orb thing was really, really wild. This is an orb. It is from a picture, an investigative picture from the Dyatlov Pass incident in 1954, 55. And I recently received a very similar picture from my mother just a couple days ago in West Virginia. Kathy, thank you so much. Thank you so much from Bigfoot World. Appreciate your dedication to the channel. I really do. I promised you guys something special tonight, so I hope I delivered. Yeah, this was a very wild experience for me, and I was very excited to share it with you guys, you know, so. Kathy, you know, you're welcome, but they're not kind words. They are true, true words. So, true statements about you and your channel and everything that you do. The work that you put in, the dedication. I'm honored to be an observer and a reporter of those accomplishments. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. Yeah, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate all the support, man. I really do. I am about to call it a night, though, so it is almost midnight, and we're still rocking. But we got to shut it down at some point. So thank you guys. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Wiley, Midwest, and everyone else that supports the channel. I really appreciate you guys. But David, welcome back. Thank you. We're about to shut it down. But we come back here every 2 weeks. So it's every other Friday. And I usually announce it beforehand. And I look forward to seeing everyone again 2 weeks from now. All right. Until then, this is J Mac, and I'm out. I'm out.